Hey guys, welcome to the first video of my brand new channel. It's called Dream Big. The purpose of this channel is to entertain as well as inform you guys, and the first series I'm going to do is going to be top 10 facts. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Here are top 10 facts you didn't know about the Great Depression. Number 1. Suicide. After the initial crash, a wave of suicides swept New York City. It got so bad that some hotels began asking new guests if they preferred a room for sleeping or jumping. Number 2 is Monopoly. This popular board game came out during the era of the Great Depression, possibly to give people a sense of accomplishment in a world that left them with not much else to smile about. Number 3. Recovery. Although the poor state of the nation did begin to recuperate with time, it wasn't actually until the early 1950s that the economy reached pre-depression levels. This is mainly from a huge burst of industry that the US saw, which was chiefly due to military efforts in the Second World War. Number 4. Misnomers. Despite popular belief, the Great Depression did not happen overnight. It actually took several years for it to reach its worst point, with the initial crash being in November of 1929. Number 5. Jobs. During the Great Depression, there was no such thing as a retirement age. Anyone who could work did, and it was important that everyone contributed as much as they could to ensure survival for not only themselves, but their family members as well. Number 6. Guilty. Since most during the Great Depression blamed the president at that time, Herbert Hoover, for their misfortune, they named all sorts of stuff after him. A few examples were Hoovervilles, which were essentially shanty towns, Hoover Soup, Hoover Wagons, which were just regular cars with horses attached to the front, and Hoover Blankets, which were just newspapers. And even though the Depression wasn't Hoover's fault entirely, he received much of the flack for it nonetheless. Number 7. Easing the pain. During the Great Depression, huge structures like the Golden Gate Bridge, Empire State Building, and Rockefeller Center were all completed. They were seen as huge painkillers since they provided thousands of jobs for many struggling unemployed Americans. Number 8. The mob. Notorious gangster Al Capone actually had a nice side, opening up one of the first soup kitchens in Chicago during the Great Depression, where free soup, coffee, and donuts were all given to the poor. Number 9. A bigger impact. Although the Great Depression affected America the most, many other countries, especially in Europe, suffered badly as well. This was mostly due to a slow recovery from the carnage that was a result of the First World War. Number 10. Losing trust. After the initial stock market crash in 1929, banks began closing by the thousands, and people quickly lost their trust in them. Instead, they started holding all their wealth and belongings at home, oftentimes in secure parts of their houses for safekeeping. Today, it's not uncommon for remodeling to be done in an old house only to find large amounts of money stored in the walls that hadn't seen the light of day in years. Kinda makes you wonder what's in your house, huh? Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you thought it was interesting, make sure to drop a like on it, or leave a comment if you thought there was anything I missed. I'm going to try to have another video out for next week, but in the meantime, dream big.